Welcome to Real Turkey, Economic and Political Analysis video list by Cancel Erkal. The language of this video list will be English. Our aim is to provide as possible unbiased information about Turkey economy, politics, political economy and finance. We will tell you different opinions and try to make reasonable analyses as much as possible. Let's begin with current outlook in the economy. Turkish President Erdogan refuses IMF help again. Turkey has $169 billion in foreign debt due in the next 12 months and gross foreign currency reserves, including gold, of only $84 billion. This picture frightened the investors, and the Turkish lira get a bad record in early May. Turkish lira's lost %15 worth in just 2 weeks. Turkey has a foreign debt payments. Due to these payments, a payment crisis could be encountered. However, large banks successfully converted their debts and the Treasury Department managed to recover some of the losses in its currency. Turkey can once again get out of a dangerous situation. 2018 was a currency crisis in Turkey. In that period, growth slowed, and painfully increased inflation and unemployment. Turkey refused to receive assistance from the IMF in that year. This time the crisis is global and half the world, more than 90 countries, has requested IMF support since the coronavirus pandemic began. According to a recent survey, 70% of the Turkish people support the policy of not borrowing from the IMF. There was not a big institution in default. Lenders such as Vakıfbank, the State Bank, and private banks, Akbank and İşbank completed billions of dollars in refinancing. Optimists are showing some signs that Turkey might exit the crisis. Turkish political officials said the worst of the coronavirus outbreak is over. Turkey hopes to be on the rise once again. Turkey could not made a swap agreement with US. However, by making $15 billion swap agreement with Qatar, Turkey has created a new source. For a while, foreign investors were selling short on the Turkish lira. Turkish treasury officials blocked short sales. After these measures, the Turkish lira is currently relatively stable. There are still some problems. There is a possibility that an increase in inflation may trigger more capital outflows this fall. If this possibility occurs, the Turkish lira can be met with a new pressure. Who is most disturbed by the depreciation of the Turkish lira? Competing countries in Turkey's export markets are becoming uncomfortable with the depreciation of the Turkish lira, of course. The Turkish government does not seem to be bothered by the slow depreciation of the Turkish lira. Turkey, within the framework of the Trump policies, to be an alternative manufacturing countries against China, needs to relatively worthless currency. There is another problem scenario. In the autumn, if the central bank is forced to a large increase in interest rates, Turkey's growth may slow down. This hesitation may make it difficult to repair economic crashes caused by coronavirus. However, the Turkish government is absolutely against the interest rate hike. Before, he suddenly changed the president of the previous central bank, who could not cut interest rates enough. Let's continue with problem scenarios. According to Goldman Sachs, Turkey may be faced with a funding deficit of approximately $20 billion this year. Turkish government officials first attempted to bring the tourists back and revive the foreign exchange producing sectors. According to the company operating the main airport of Istanbul, the number of passengers arriving in the second half of 2020 may increase rapidly. According to company officials, there are signs of this increase. The number of tourists coming to Turkey had increased steadily in recent years. The second half of the year, a considerable amount of tourists may come to Turkey again. This year, the summer is coming to the northern hemisphere quite slowly. Summer, a little slow, but while the last 4 months of the year, in Turkey, a very good recovery might be. In the construction sector in Turkey, contractors have to bid for overseas projects. Treasury Minister Berat Albayrak encourages Turkish companies to win contracts to go to companies in China before. After the world economic crisis in 1928, the Turkish governments of the period had implemented import substitution economic policy. Now the Turkish government seems to turn to import substitution policies again. Treasury and Finance Minister Albayrak imposed import duties on a variety of goods, from durable consumer goods to agricultural machinery. Since these taxes will restrict imports of consumption goods, the country's current account deficit may decrease. There was a foreign capital outflows from Turkey in recent months. According to some international bankers, some of this capital can be withdrawn by Turkey. Greetings from Turkey. I will continue to provide as much objective information as possible about Turkey's economy. Thank you. Respects. With thick health.